Far too many of the world's great performers have been taken from us too soon because of addiction. Join Dr Niall Campbell as he dissects and performs seminal songs from a variety of musical genres in order to find out what we, the living, can learn from the songs of the dead.
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said, "Son, I won't see another one." And then he sang a song, the rare old Mountain Dew. I turned my face away and thought about you. Got on a lucky one, came in at 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas. I love you, baby. Gonna be good times when all our dreams come true. These are the opening lyrics of one of the most infamous Christmas songs of all time, the Fairy Tale of New York. It's the perennial classic of the Irish trad punk band The Pogues, and it features the additional vocal talents of Kirsty MacColl, who lost her life in a tragic accident. In case you aren't familiar with the song, here is my rendition. Like many songs of Irish origin, there are numerous interpretations of it, so here is mine. I hope I do it some sort of justice. It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. And now man said, "Son, won't see another one." And then he sang a song, the rare round Mountain Dew. I turned my face away and thought about you. Got on a lucky one, came in at 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas. Oh, I love you, baby. It's gonna be good times when all our dreams come true. They've got cars big as bars, they've got rivers of gold. Where the wind blows right through you, it's no place for the old. When you first took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. You were handsome, you were pretty, queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, we called out for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the drunks they were singing. We kissed on the corn and danced through the night. And the boys of the New York Police Choir still singing Galway Bay. And the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. You're a bum, you're a punk, you're an old slut on junk, lying there almost dead on that drip in the bed. You scumbag, you maggot, oh you cheap lousy maggot. Happy Christmas, you're ours, I pray God it's our last. And the boys of the New York Police Choir still singing and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. I could have been someone, I sure so could anyone. You took my dreams from me when I first found you. I kept them with me, babe, and I put them with my own. I can't make it all alone. I've built all my dreams all around you. And the boys of the New York Police Choir still singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. So the lyrics you can find below, and now you have become acquainted or reacquainted with the song. The Fairy Tale of New York tells the story of a desperate immigrant couple that have had their dreams shattered on the altar of opportunity and failure that is New York City. The story begins with a man being locked up for the night in a New York drunk tank on Christmas Eve with all the other bums. He won big on a long shot at the horse track, got on a lucky one, came in at 18-1 and presumably drank away all the profits, which earned him a night in a New York cell to sleep it off. There he is, presumably still drunk, in a dank shared cell but ostensibly alone, most likely with nothing to show from his winnings, in the aftermath of a possible cross-addiction between gambling and alcoholism. His relationship, as we find out later in the song, a cesspit of resentment and broken dreams. Whilst a drunken old-timer howls out a song from the old company, he drowns out the noise with thoughts of his lover. And through it all, he has one thing: hope. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you, he declares. Perhaps the cynic in you, especially those who know a thing or two about the cycles of addiction, might be thinking, this guy is full of it, a dropkick, a waster, a loser. I'm sure his partner has heard it all before, how he is going to win big, sober up, and lift them both up out of their current misery to a vague but perfect future. He'll be back in the tank by New Year's Eve, penniless and making the self-same promises of turning his life around. A broken record of a man, with the emphasis on the word broken. Perhaps at this time of year, there are people out there who have had everything taken away from them by their addiction. Their livelihood, their home, their family, their kids, their self-respect, and maybe even the respect of others. Maybe hope is the only gift that they can still hold on to. Or the knowledge that this too shall pass. The knowledge that things can, not necessarily will, but rather can get better than they are right now. The song has timelessness to it, and the fact that the song has entered the UK Christmas charts pretty much every year for a solid 3 decades and sold millions of copies to boot holds testament to that. It is also accessible without being generic. The nationalities of the couple fighting in the bitter midwinter cold of the Big Apple are never actually specified. One of course assumes that they are Irish, but New York and cities like it have given respite to the tired, poor, huddled masses from every corner of the globe for centuries. So if you take away the accents, they could be literally from anywhere. All that is known is that they have caused each other pain, but somehow managed to find redemption amidst the chaos that is their shared life. The song has mainstream sensibilities and achieved widespread success far beyond the normal audience for Irish traditional music. This is in part because behind its raucous and what some less seasoned ears might perceive as its diddly-dee Irish folkiness lies a meticulously and consummately crafted piece of art. I do believe, however, that the reason Fairy Tale has been a runaway hit, reaching an audience far beyond people who normally consume music like this, has more to do with the universal human appeal of the story, which in my opinion is the beating heart of the song. Its success transcends its genre, far beyond its grassroots support, a bit like movies about boxing. Let me explain this seemingly curious analogy. In an international sense, not that many people listen to Irish traditional music. Similarly, compared to other sports, very few people actually engage in boxing themselves. However, there are almost as many movies about boxing as about all other sports combined. The message behind most boxing movies transcends the sport itself, and in the same way, the message of this song transcends the genre of Irish traditional music. Good boxing movies are about getting the kicked out of you and getting back up, and so is the Fairy Tale of New York. I think people with some knowledge of alcoholism, either personally or professionally or through the lived experiences of a loved one, will be able to relate to the alternate moods of hope and hopelessness that the song is laden with. At one point, the man says to the woman, "I could have been someone." She retorts, well, so could anyone. "You took my dreams from me when I first found you." Well, so could anyone. The sheer scale of the fleet of ships of both human talent and potential that continue to be lost on the open seas of alcoholism is enormous. I believe that the person who functions on alcohol would often thrive without it. This is where rehabilitation here at DARA comes in. Because without the support network provided by Rehab to help the alcoholic explore the things that underpin their addiction, the phenomena of a dry drunk can unfortunately ensue. A dry drunk is a term for someone who is no longer in active addiction, but hasn't changed anything about their way of being. They are just their old selves minus alcohol in their blood. They are neither destined for personal growth or the move towards enduring recovery, but more often than not, an inevitable relapse. I hear this in the embryonic declarations of the man in the drunk tank. He, like many others, may relapse immediately back to alcohol because he thinks he needs it to be charming, productive, sociable, positive, whatever. But I don't think that people succeed in things like love or business or in the creative fields because of their addiction, but rather in spite of it. Who knows? Maybe the man in the song had the potential to really succeed, to, in his words, be someone. But the retort, well, so could anyone, I think strikes at the heart of the matter. Talk is cheap. At the end of the day, success in anything is often more to do with tangible effort than abstract potential. Kirsty MacColl's character is, for me, the linchpin that holds the song together. When the male protagonist is about to commence a rant about how she has held him back, she quips, she scolds, she reminds him that it took two to tango, and the reason that they are in this situation of desperation and difficulty is both of their responsibilities. The singer herself lost her life in a tragic accident, and since that time many people have duetted with Shane MacGowan, most notably Sinead O'Connor, but in my opinion the vocal chemistry of the two original performers has never been surpassed. Shane MacGowan is a notoriously heavy drinker, and perhaps his experience with alcohol and his own belligerent lyrical talent gave him an insight into the male character's perspective on life in all of its capriciousness. McGowan is still alive, but perhaps not as well as he might be. I don't know the man, I have never met him, and I have no idea what he is personally like, and I wouldn't exactly hold him up as an ambassador for recovery. But I think it's important to do a couple of things at this stage. Firstly, I wish to thank him for this piece of raw and broken poetry, which has accompanied me throughout my life, every holiday season, and the lives of literally millions of others. Secondly, I want to wish him a happy birthday, which is actually on Christmas Day. I hope that he and all of you, unlike the old man in the drunk tank, see another one. Merry Christmas from everyone at DARA.